Hey, yo, what up, my boys? We'll start off the podcast number 2 with what we left off in between who would you start, Baker Mayfield or Tyrod Taylor. And guys, let me give you a perspective that I had before we even started this series. The perspective was if you watch Hard Knocks on HBO, I recommend that you do so you guys can get the perspective of what the situation was. Tyrod Taylor was I believe they traded him, or they got a trade out of him from the Buffalo Bills, and he came to the Cleveland Browns as a quarterback that was going to secure the team, secure the win, secure the motivation of the fans and the people, and give them hope. That's not. I'm not trying to say that he's not doing that. I'm trying to say that he's he was how do I say this? He was chosen to be a leader. He was the leader that they needed. The attitude that he brought in was the right attitude of this kind of determination of, okay, like, we can do something. We don't need talent. We need people with brains. We need people with so much energy that they can continue contributing to that. Months later comes Baker Mayfield. I was not okay with them. I watched what he would do. I love him as a quarterback. He's a fantastic quarterback. Don't get me wrong, or don't let me get started on that. He's a fantastic quarterback. But I thought Jackson, who is the director, or general manager, I don't know what he is, the head coach. He's the head coach. I think his perspective of signing him and putting him as a backup was always because you had Mansell, and Mansell did whatever he wanted, and he only got 2 wins. So this kind of tragedy of like always failing and never being able to accumulate to anything was something that he was really afraid. So I agreed with his decision of making Baker Mayfield the secondary and making Tyrod Taylor the primary quarterback, and I was okay with it until this past Thursday Night Football. Tyrod Taylor, I think, got a concussion. I don't know what happened. It was late. It was late to the second quarter when he got it, or I'm not sure. It was during the second quarter, so it was early on in the game. Baker Mayfield steps in the field. Amazing job. My perspective has changed. Baker Mayfield should be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns for the way he plays, the way he moves, the way he has this football IQ of where to put the ball and why he should put the ball there, or making those decisions at the last minute of, I'm gonna take it for 10 yards and make a play out of something that I was gonna lose 5 yards, and now I have 20 yards to gain. He's an amazing quarterback. I can't stop praising him. I believe and I hope that Jackson notices that, because he didn't just do it for the Browns, he did it for the fan base. The fan base is right now supporting him. I support him. I believe Baker Mayfield should be the starting quarterback, and I do apologize to my brother because we got into an argument about this, but you're right. This is what the Cleveland Browns need. Alright guys, moving on to the weekly update of my Pittsburgh Steelers. We got the dub. We got it, guys. We got it, and it feels so good. We had James Conner, amazing running back. He's right now replacing Le'Veon Bell, and he fought with guts. He kept on, every yard mattered for him, and he kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, and he kept on getting those first downs. And it was just amazing watching him kind of develop into a good running back and a good person that you can rely on. If Le'Veon doesn't work, then it shouldn't be a matter. We saw Antonio Brown back to his hype status, but one of the best players that I saw out there was Vance McDonald, and this is why I believe that his aggression and how he played the game and how he was trying to be something more for the team made everything kind of refocused, and this new attitude and this new aggression was simply notified by everybody else. That stiff arm that he did, guys, and he went for the touchdown, was amazing. But that aggression continued. Well, it started from him, but we saw it continued on the defense. We got 3 sacks. three interceptions. We got like three sacks, and you just started seeing all this kind of components coming along, and kind of seeing the Steelers back to, oh, okay, like we are the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're here for a reason. So guys, here we go, and we're all in. All right, moving on to some shocking news. Well, shocking for some. Me as one of them. Luka Modric got named the best men's player of the year. And at some point, I believe he kind of deserved it. He did take Croatia all the way to the finals in the World Cup. So everything he did with Croatia, I am okay with it. Whatever he did with Real Madrid is kind of iffy. Ronaldo was there to support him most of the time. So do I really think there's a comparison there? Not really. It does give him points for the Ballon d'Oro, but to be honest, Ronaldo's going to take it. Ronaldo's the best player in the world. Regardless of where he's at, he doesn't need to hide behind a good team like Messi has done. With Barcelona, he can go wherever and become the best player that he can be, or that there is in the world. And we're soon going to have a discussion about this with hopefully one person that I don't agree with him, because he says Messi is kind of the best player, but I'm going to try to bring him in here. Some of you guys might know him, but well, I'll keep that a secret. Alright guys, the king is back. He's finally here. He has arrived. He's gonna demolish his next fight. I don't know. I'm happy. I'm in shock. I'm not in shock. I knew he was gonna come back for this fight. It's gonna be on October 6th, but oh my god, like we haven't seen him since what happened with Mayweather and what happened with him breaking the truck. I just want to say that we're gonna talk about this when the time arrives. But he's back, guys, and I'm really hyped about this fight. All right, guys. Last but not least, this is going to be the question for next week. Are the Dallas Cowboys overrated? The reason I want to say overrated instead of underrated is because during the summer, or during the past 2 years, we've heard that, oh, okay, the Dallas Cowboys have Dak Prescott, Seek the Freak, and all this stuff. And last year it was the whole thing about, or you know what, 2 years ago, it was all about, oh, we're rookies and look at the record we have. Next year it's our year. And then last year happened, and the situation between the court, NFL, and Zeke happened, and I give them, okay, that could have been something. But then this year's happening, and I am not seeing the hype. I'm not seeing what's the fuss about. I'm here waiting for something to happen. Yes, they beat the Giants, but I mean, come on, the Giants aren't a super team anymore. That's for you guys to comment down below. Again, guys, I will take any questions and anything you guys want me to talk about. Just know that I'm here for you guys, and I will talk about anything you guys are putting in the comments. If you guys like it, please put the thumbs up. It will help me a lot to see if you guys are actually listening. And I know next week my boy Marco, or the best friend Marco, is gonna come out, or Super Marco is gonna come out and make his first appearance on the podcast. And then after that, we are gonna be changing the way we do the podcast. My boy Amal is gonna be hooking it up, and we're gonna try something else, a new system and a new way to kind of provide more content, or better quality content for you guys. I really appreciate you guys, and have a good day.